myself Jitendra Srivastav, Assistant Professor in Department of Hearing Impairment, and along with me,
I am Preeti Goyal, Assistant Professor in the Department of Autism Spectrum Disorder.
it is our honor and privilege to welcome you all in this momentous occasion on the 9th International Conference, that is Child and Adolescent Psychology, Navigating the Complexities of Development. Kindly we focus on the things that we are today focusing on the complexities of development in the adolescence age. That is our topic as a part of our prestigious international CRE program. Before we proceed, allow me to introduce our esteemed institution, that is Ashtavakra Institute of Rehabilitation Sciences and Research, stand as a beacon of hope and excellence in the field of special education and rehabilitation services. Named after the great sage Ashtavakra, who himself overwhelmed physical challenges to become one of the most revered philosophers in Indian history. Our institution embodies a spirit of transformation and empowerment. Established with a vision to create inclusive opportunity for individuals with disabilities, Ashtavakra Institute has been the forefront of
Comprehensive rehabilitation service, cutting-edge research in disability studies, professional training and capacity building, community outreach and advocacy, international collaboration in special education.
As you all are know, our institute has providing the so many courses on the diploma level and in the BEd level. For the diploma level, we are running with the 4 courses with the specialization in hearing impairment, visual impairment, intellectual and development disability, and last one is a multiple disability, as you all are aware with. And we are the pioneer institute, and we are proud of that. We have the BEd special education in respective 5 departments. That is hearing impairment. Once again, ASD department, ASD autism spectrum disorder. Next is the intellectual disability, and last one is the vision impairment. Yes. We have a well-functioning psychological clinical labs equipped with the state-of-the-art assessment tools and therapeutic services. Comprehensive rehabilitation services across all the domains, which is available under one roof.
This robust academic framework combined our practical clinic training facilities makes us one of the most comprehensive rehabilitation center in the region, preparing competent professionals who can address the diverse needs to individuals with disabilities.
There are so many associated which I can put in my introductory speech, but what is important here, there is a guest which is joined with us from the USA, that is Georgia. He is Mr. Shivendra Narayan Dubeji. He is working as an autism specialist and working presently in Georgia, USA. He has a very versatile experience and worked in so many institutes and universities in India, including Ashtavakra Institute and the other pioneer institutes in our country. Right now, he is joined with us on the online mode. So before getting so much in details, I request Sandeep Tiwari sir and other students over here to get it joined and get it the information as early as possible, right? We are joined him with the online mode. So kindly concentrate and be ready with your pen and the paperwork.
Good morning, all of you. Well, it's night in here, around 12:30, but still good morning. And let me introduce myself first. This is Shivendra Narayan Dubey, and I'm working here in United States of America as a head of the department in DES at Clayton County, Georgia. And I'm senior consultant and for ASD and developmental disorders. And let me start the session also because it's already late. I don't know for you, but for me, tomorrow I have to go for work also. So the topic for today is my topic. What I have selected for is understanding autism and autism spectrum disorder and its primary intervention. So let's start with the very basics first, and then we're gonna discuss in detail because this is a very kind of a very developing disorders, and also is kind of a if you will see the incidence rate is increasing too much everywhere, of course in India, here in United States. So but let's have a look on its nature, how it functions actually, and what is common, and what makes it like a separate from other developmental conditions. So I'm gonna go through with a very general definition, which you guys might be familiar with. So, like I was discussing about the developmental disorder and how it affects. So, the basic, according to DSM criteria, commonly it diagnosed with the communication, behavior, and social interaction. And definitely, they have a spectrum which shows the range from like mild to severe. That's the spectrum condition in autism. It's a lifelong condition, but definitely helps when we provide a good intervention. But yes, it's a like permanent condition. We can't give any medicine or something, and that's how it's gonna be completely, cure or something. So that's why we can say like a lifelong condition. A lot of specific characteristics are there, but the mainly is you will find difficulty with social communication, interaction, restricted or repetitive behaviors. Look, I'm not gonna go on the specification like what's the difference between the repetitive behavior, stereotype behavior, and other, because like I said, how the time what I have been received is not that long, and to discuss these details we need enough time for that. So I'm just trying to just touch each part, and so that you can just go through with this. And like I said, the sensory sensitivities and hypo condition we can have in the this condition. They're gonna face as like a strength with memory, visual, and other specific, like a sign and visual steps. So if we provide those things, it's kind of a iconic learning for them. Otherwise, is they are very particular. They are very specific. It's not like they're gonna able to adjust the changes whatever we are giving them. So that's also one of the characteristics. Causes is of course there's no cause specified yet that we can say okay, this is the reason why autism is, or this is the particular condition, or this is the particular phenomena that we can say this is the reason why the autism is growing in a child. But there is a, and also nowadays if you will see on like a lot of social media, I'm not saying that social media is like bad or something, but they're gonna give a lot of information over there related to autism is gonna be cured. They can treat in five way, or they can say like 15 days this strategy and autism will be cured. Well, let me say this is actually as of now is impossible, right? Because there's no cure, as there's no specific cause for that. So it could be genetic and environmental or both. So definitely family history is one of the reason. Genetic links are available. Also, sometime the parent during the counseling they say no, I'm good, I don't have any problem, and me and my wife, we are good. We don't have any family or genetic history, but you actually don't know because they've never been with any psychiatrist or psychologist before, and you actually don't know in their hereditary even they might have some of the condition, mental condition or any other condition which is might be the one of the reason for
I
their
request all of you to
autistic.
kindly maintain the
So
silence.
what I'm
There
trying
are
to
someone
say
who
is
is
like
associated from
saying
USA,
this thing
right?
clearly
And we all are here to have
that
some presentation.
I don't have any
You all are
problem.
supposed to be, please keep
Sometimes
quiet.
is definitely there is a reason, but is really difficult to find that what is the actually reason in one family or in their history. Uh, um, Prenatal and perinatal factors are definitely involved in there. So basically, during pregnancy, before and after, so that period is very risk factors, and in any condition which is not going normal, that could be one of the reason for autism. Uh, of course, not is not like a vaccination or like a bad parenting or something like that is not one of the factor for autism, because even we definitely can say with good parenting, autistic child can be in good condition with autism, but with not good intervention it might be not as good. But uh, good or bad parenting can't affect the condition in terms of like with or no autism. So of course there's no role of parenting to be diagnosed to be diagnosed as autism. So yeah, and what are the like early sign? So limited eye contact, no eye contact, less eye contact, or improper eye contact, because there's a lot of according to cars DSM, there's a lot of different way. So sometimes the people can say, oh no, he is able to make eye contact, he or she is able to make eye contact, but we have to also look at is consistency and stability, and also like we have to monitor the eye gaze and other related symptoms also, because in one key you can't fix it like this is something autistic or non-autistic. Delayed speech, language development. That's one of the I would say it's kind of a primary symptom. If speech delay and there's a less interaction in the baby, so definitely it's kind of a one of the like a danger signal that is moving for autism. Repetitive movement that comes after like a specific years, that the child will start using like a hand flapping, rocking the body, and in some of the serious condition, yes, they shows they show in the beginning also, but otherwise it can occur after like maybe 4 or 5 years of age, when they start a lot of sensory thing. That's how it like affects their behavior and other impact it can present in there. So and other is like a limited interest in peers. So basically they are in the environment, but they don't connect with the environment. So they live in the environment, they live around people, but you can see like they are in somewhere in another world. So and you can feel it like, okay, they are with you but actually not with you, mentally they are not with you. So yeah, that's one of the thing in that. And the focus is kind of a specific. So is again is like one of the part is like over selective and under selective symptoms. They are actually over selective for this. Excuse me. Yeah. So basically, if you will see that what is, I mean, then if there's no specific cause, if there's no treatment, what we guys are doing here, even in this country, how they work. So first of all, let me say this: the intervention, how much it is important and why it is important. So it's basically, let's say this, a general student, like I'm talking about a regular student. So if a regular student or regular child, if he lives in an area where he has no like facilities for education and like other kind of a learning stuff. So I mean, just imagine how the particular child will be. So that's the difference with intervention and without intervention. So early diagnosis can be really a solution for early intervention, and early intervention is gonna not fix the condition, is not gonna cure the condition, but definitely is gonna help the condition for its good level of stability and education. They definitely helps a lot throughout the different therapies. So first of all, is a like a brain plasticity is a really good way. Also, it improves communication, behavior, and independence. So how much, and it depends like what range the autism is, like mild, moderate, severe, profound, high functioning, low functioning, classic autism. There's a lot of variety. So it also depends in which criteria the child is diagnosed with. So that's how we can plan the specific intervention. But yes, it really helps a lot if it is on time with the right person. It also, first of all, we have to really think about it, like can they go to the school? Yes, they can. Can they go to the normal school? Yes, if they follow the particular criteria for that, they can go. They should go actually, right? And there is a proper inclusion here in United States. I would say, actually, when I came here first, that was unbelievable, because how they have a proper like a way of inclusion, and it shows that how actually is possible as a proper inclusion for these children. So yes, you provide the like a partial inclusion, integration, self-contained, low incidence, and then proper inclusion. So it's kind of like there's a chain, and really it helps a lot. Also, if using a lot of different kind of apps and other like Teach Town, Unique Learning, Frog Street, these curriculum are especially designed for children with autism, and I'm telling you, trust me, is really helpful for these children, really. And primary intervention. So of course, if child is like a diagnosed in 3 years of age, so AB is the best therapy, because definitely it works through reinforcement strategies, and here they have like a BCBA, and RBT, they have a individual professional for that, a registered behavior technician, and they really work well. And the kids in that age, especially in early age, how early they're gonna have this therapies is really effective for them. And it enhance definitely like speech therapy, occupational therapy helps in daily living, their hypersensitivity stuff. Physical therapy helps in like the movement and other conditions. Social skill training is related to somehow BCBA, and that also controls the behavior. Also, parent and family training is important, because I always say like how much child is spending time in some like a clinical setup or in the school. They are spending more time with their family, not only with the parent, even the whole family member. Doesn't matter what kind of family structure they have, is it joint family or nuclear family, but they all need to know about the basic, like a, because like a somehow the therapist is working with the child very well, and maybe the parent also are quite okay with the with the same child, but other family member, if the student is in joint family or somewhere, they don't know how to deal with. I'm not saying like they should I'm not saying like they should really go through with all the courses and other, but they should know like a basic handling, and that really helps. So that's why we have to empower the family. And when I'm saying family, the like whole family members who are I mean living with the specific student. Also, the person who are actually connected with the child. Educational intervention is the other part which is important. So individualized educational program, hope you all know about it, and teach is a really good model for that, because like I said, structure teaching, treatment, education for autism and related communication handicap children model, that maybe a lot of people, they are familiar with this. Visual support, scheduling, charts. So everything is should go through the visual structure in organized way, and basically they struggle in organizing something. They don't know from where to start, where to finish, how something should go. So these kind of a visual structure, even if 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 we are not using proper teach system, so if we can adopt something from the teach, like we can have some visual flashcards over there, and if the class is in like any shape, but we can provide all the specific visual structure in particular area, so they will be, and they not is not kind of a miracle. If we have to keep repeat the same thing every day, so that's how they'll be able to understand that with your gesture prompt, with your communication, with your visual thing, and that's how it's gonna be build a association with the picture, with your gesture prompt, with your modeling stuff, and at the end they actually learn the way how we want them to follow something. And if we talk about the like other approaches, so there's a lot of other therapies who actually works for them, and basically is like a play therapy, music, or sensory integration, peer monitoring program. Also, they have a lot of alternative therapies like animal therapy, a variety of animal therapy they have in dance, music. So these kind of like is more as like a recreational way, and they can be like also, because sometimes if the child, if there's a autistic child, so a lot of people just think about like if the child is autistic, so he's gonna learn everything in the with autism. But trust me, it helps when we consider the student with autism as like a kind of like he's a child first. So if we introduce the other program with this with that particular child, is it helps a lot, because their function works in different way also. That's why the alternative therapies really help actually. So especially like animal pet therapies, and they have like a horse therapy. And here, that's a very interesting thing I would like to share with you. So they have a kind of a dog in each county, and the dog is actually the dog work as employee. And what is the duty for? So they the who actually take care of that dog, who takes that dog in each setup, and they introduce that dog with the children, and the children they interact with the dog, and it's kind of a joint collaboration you will see. And they spend time, they get easy with the with the dog. And it's like they both are non-verbal, but they communicate in their way. So what I mean is kind of a different way of teaching and making them comfortable. And I guess it's a really good strategy, and it's really helpful strategy. Let's talk about some myths. So uh, is caused by bad parenting? No, definitely not. And because the parent can put this thing in the child, and they can even remove that particular reason from the child. So it's kind of like bad parenting is okay. Bad parenting can be the reason for what I can say is like a bad autism. So I mean, the word is not as good, but it's kind of like a, so if there's a bad parenting with one autistic child, so you can say like he will not perform as good as the good trained autistic child. So that's the difference only. But because of the bad parenting, no. There was a research like refrigerator mother and undemonstrative father theory. That's a very old research by Leo Kenner, but he didn't find anything. So yeah, and also other research they did a lot of like for the like how it impacts, and is that the reason like after like few years, and just because of the parent was not as good, and or is like a so much like a emotional trauma is going on in the family, and that's the reason why the child is diagnosed with autism. No, it's not possible. Maybe the adult or like the child can be diagnosed with other mental condition like anxiety or depression or any other, but autism in this situation, not possible. Uh, if we talk about the intellectual disability, so definitely not, because this is very common thing when we generally say like, oh, this is autistic child, and he is he is intellectually disabled also, or this is autistic child and he has little bit ADHD, or he's autistic child, he has little bit this. So let me say something, because this is we can predict first. So everything whatever we are talking about the child, it should be diagnosed with the proper diagnosis way, and the formal diagnosis, who can conduct this. It should be done by the psychologist and or psychiatrist, or they should use the like a DSM criteria, and it's not like a kind of a we can just put the report and say, okay, this child is autistic or something. You have to specify the score, because that range actually clarify is the child is autistic, yes or no, and if it is autistic, what kind of range he has from mild, moderate, severe, profound. Also, if what about the IQ range? If IQ range is also as low as his other features is, so then the child might be having autism and intellectual disability, right? But for that there should be two different like diagnosis with the student. One is for the autistic disorder, and one is for the intellectual disability, and which we call differential diagnosis. So for any other condition, what we feel that might coexisting condition or comorbid condition that should be diagnosed with a specific diagnostic tool, we can just predict or we can assume. No. Also, can be cured? Of course not. No. So can be managed with intervention? Yes, because there's no cure as of now. No, there is no cure, but we have a really great training. We have a best training. If possible, if we provide a proper intervention step by step, because so what is the problem in actually intervention? Because first, they the parent actually they get tired, because in the initial stage they run to the different doctors, to the different pediatrician or other places for to cure this disease, because they consider this is a disease, and they try to find because if you're gonna say, oh, your child is autistic, I'm so sorry, and there's a lot of intervention. I can tell you, like, of course I can share the name, but I had a call maybe
I will definitely put a question
month
after this
maybe,
presentation,
and
you are supposed to get the answer about.
through one of my,
We all are here to have
he's a
some
doctor.
learning, and you must
So
have to understand
I
that
mean,
thing.
one of his known
And if you have not put your answers, definitely you are not marked B
child,
with your
I guess,
attendance
yeah.
today.
His
There are
daughter.
multiple of times
So
we are supposed to you to keep
he
quiet,
diagnosed
please
with
maintain the silence and
autism,
maintain the decorum.
and
Please.
he was still trying to figure it out that what kind of medicine he can provide, or we can prescribe some way so that he can just try to cure the autism, and the his daughter could be completely like fine. But so the lot of time parent involved in this way, also that's the reason why, and the child struggles in the situation where he should go in the regular school, or nowadays we have a extra centers, clinics everywhere. You will see in social media, and also especially in Delhi, we have a lot of clinics, and I don't know, so many names are there for who are treating autism, and they have a lot of opinion. So in this thing, the problem is nowadays, which is my belief actually, people they are trying to find the easy option, so that's why they try to search everything on social media, and you know that there's no some of they have authentic information, but not all, of course not. So in that duration, how long the parent they are researching for that in different way, that time is actually crucial and important time when the child should get the actual intervention with the actual responsive person. And when you miss those period, that's the main problem, the impact what the student face. So we should go with the right way without any myths, like it can be treated, or it can be cured, or there's a lot of things that can cure the autism. No, there's no. Role of family. I would add one more thing in here. Maybe I skip this thing um, before advocacy. Accept it, and once they will accept it, a whole family will accept it, because like few time I mean so much time it takes, like when the parent they accept it, then the other family members accept it, and then the neighbors and the community, oh no, it's really a lot of problems. So like inclusion is really a problem. But the good thing is that according to RPWD and other acts, they provide a lot of rights for these children, and they can demand for this. Like even that's the norms, right? I know. I mean, sometime or most of time they say, and a lot of schools they say, oh no, we don't have a inclusive setup, we don't have a special education in our building. But as per law, they should have. I mean, they must have actually. So the parent need to talk about this so that they can get. Also, inclusion should be the real inclusion, not to be in this building only, or not only to be in the building and having segregated education. So inclusion, those students can go in inclusion, like full inclusion. They should go, they must go, and parents should advocate for that. And or we as a therapist, we as a like a rehabilitation expert, we can also help how much as possible in there to connect with them. Collaboration with teachers and therapists, multidisciplinary team, yes, it's helpful for them. And when they decide that group to help the child, so they need to connect, because it's not separate. But there's a problem that there's something bad, but we should appreciate the good thing. So the good thing is that here is they know their role and they do not interfere in others' role, right? So for example, if the speech therapist has to do something, so he's gonna only talk about the speech and communication. That's it. He's not gonna interfere in the behavior. He's not whatever is related to speech and child is having behavior, they're really gonna talk about this. But who? With the behavior intervention therapist, right? Or who is designing the behavior intervention plan. If child have behavior, they're gonna call behavior intervention therapist for that. They also takes opinion when the whole team sit at the table, talk about, okay, this is my finding, what is your finding, what is your finding. So team put together and they try to find a conclusion. Our place is also good over there, but the problem is like sometimes the special educator, they give speech therapy also. If you will talk about, okay sir, ma'am, what is your what is your qualifications, so you will find either they have done some diploma course in Asia. I'm trying to particular with this, but in any diploma program, they are they have completed their diploma in special education, but they are giving speech therapy. And when I was there, I remember a lot of my students, they were special educator, but when I was asking actually doing, so they said, sir, we give speech therapy and we provide behavior intervention. I was like, oh my God, like how you can do that? Even you don't have any like a scientific, even doesn't matter if you have knowledge or not, doesn't matter, because degree is not like way you should be authorized. You should understand your role. So that's why the collaboration. When you say collaboration, the teacher should play their role. The therapist should play their role. They should work as a team, and that's how it's gonna be really helpful. But if it is like one man army, the every area, or they try to just cross their like a role and interfere in other role is not really helpful for autistic children. Supportive environment. Yeah, we should definitely provide and a lot of things. And sometimes when we talk about the I don't know if I have I don't have this access actually that I can communicate with you guys right now to just get a opinion, your opinion, whatever I'm talking about, because it's completely like a one-way communication. But I would love if I'll get a chance in future sometime when I can talk to you, like, because like a building support environment. So the lot of time is like a barrier-free environment is the only environment related to the ramps and lift and other. There's a lot of things there because especially the autistic children, they can walk, they can use the stairs. There's no problem with them. They can go the lift. I mean lift, or they can go without lift. What kind of barriers they face and what kind of supportive environment we have to create or we need to create, that's a particular thing. So and also sometimes if we'll talk about like, okay, supportive environment, so they are visual learner, they're gonna put all visual steps on there, and that visual includes different kind of sign other. So we have to go particular and specific, not like in general. So that's how the particular environment will support for child to access in that environment. And awareness, yes, awareness is important, but acceptance is also important. So first of all, we have to accept, and the parent need to accept, and awareness, we need to start advocating for them. So, and before we advocate for them, we need to know their rights. So what are their rights, and how we can help them to be accessing the society, because most of the time they can, but like really difficult to fight for them. So we need to really create a good awareness and advocacy for these children. Well, conclusion is a spectrum with unique challenges, actually a lot of challenges, and strength also. Yeah, the good thing is that they have a good memory. Once they learn something, they don't forget that. So they are a good visual learner. If you provide something in an organized way, they're gonna learn faster than you. Yeah, and you should be repetitive, and they will be really good. And a lot of things they have like a like an uneven cognitive profile. They have, that's their learning style. So in some of the thing they will be very good. In the similar, they're not gonna be as good. So yeah, these things fall like together. Early intervention, primary intervention, better outcomes. Yes. So early intervention, primary intervention, right intervention, right? Because right intervention is also important, like clear intervention. So that's the complex thing, because intervention, a lot of parents, they are aware about this to provide the intervention. But like I said, they struggle and spend a lot of time in moving around, and it's like wasting of their time, and the children, they suffer a lot. Uh, Support inclusion, like I discussed about this, like mm, inclusion is important, and before that, they should go in like spatial education, self-contained, like low incidence, separate, like separate classrooms, or they should go to the inclusion. What are their rights for the inclusion? What kind of strategy we can provide? These things should know. Also, let me say this thing is kind of interesting. Like in India, we have like a specific category, right? So like the experts are in HI, ASD, ID, VA, and other like DB, CP. But in the schools, like especially in special schools and especially in the government schools, so usually they are common. So and in that place, the expert, they either feel like they are not too much familiar with that, or they feel like it's not area to touch. But here it's not like that. If you are a special education teacher, even if you're not, if you are somehow certified in that category and you choose to be dealing with special children, so you have to serve for every child, regardless of their specific condition. And that's how they have to learn about the other conditions. So we also need to think, because I know that the syllabus in there is also like how it was. The first year the specific disability, and next year the other coexisting condition. So we are also expert for almost like all condition, and even if we are not too much familiar, we should know, we must know, and as we will know, we'll be able to, and we're gonna talk about the like support, inclusion, and other things. So before we do anything kind of help, we must know those things. So that's how we can help for that. I guess that's it. But that's it. These are the references for basically CDC, and those are the helpful site where a lot of information are there. And I'm sure that I can't ask from here about the questions or anything, but still, if there's anything which I can discuss or say, I'm ready. Any question, concern?
Yes, ma'am. Now I request all of you, if you have any of the question, you can put off there, right? Our speakers is waiting for your Q&A. If you have any question, we can move on with that. So one of the student has a query on that. So
first of all, say thank you to that student, because it's really appreciating if they can ask question in this like kind of an indirect collaboration also. But I really want to appreciate that student. But go ahead, please ask your question.
thank you, sir. We all are on your same footprints, right? one of a student is over here and she had a question with that.
नमस्ते सर, यहाँ जो एक टर्म यूज हुई थी ब्रेन प्लास्टिसिटी, कैन यू एक्सप्लेन दिस?
Brain plasticity. Right. Sir, one of our students want to know about the brain plasticity. She has a query with that.
Yeah, basically it's kind of like a programming in here, so that that's how they can like scan those things the brain programming and has with the different intervention so that we can settle those mechanisms. It's kind of like throughout scanning, and that's the organizing, like, and also it can go with like a brain gym and those kind of exercises. So basically the scanning and identifying and then help throughout different strategy. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for this presentation. I have a question on this educational intervention. This structured teaching, this TEA-CCH model, can you please elaborate it? And the visual supports, which is schedules, charts, and social stories are given. How we can go about it? Can you please elaborate it?
So basically, TEACH is TEACCH, Treatment and Education for Autism and Related Communication Handicapped Children. Here in South Carolina, they have a whole, actually that's their approach in South Carolina University. They have a separate department of psychiatry, and they have a TEACH approach over there, and they have a basic and advanced course in here, how they run. What is in that, it helps children who are having problems with their communication, and especially with autistic children. So she asked the other question, that how it works. So before I answer this, I would say it has a different kind of model. Like they should have a specific structure when you enter in TEACH approach setup. So what kind of structure they have? Like they're gonna have once you will enter, they're gonna have a schedule for the individual child first, then it's gonna be group schedule and workstation. They have to create, they create a workstation. So it's like independent area, work area, group area, small area, and like free time, break time. So basically in that setup, it should be everything structured. Also, like I said, the visual should be like, okay, so what's gonna be in the class for the day? It should be organized from top to bottom, and they should have visual like a list for that, visual cards for that. So like for example, let's say, so first activity is circle time activity, and once it's once it finished, they're gonna turn that off, and it's gonna next is aerial or something, and the child can point to that part. And the good thing, like nowadays like they have a very they're using a lot of technology for that. So they have like a Mac device and assistive technology, so that works like the non-verbal child can touch on those it's kind of like a they say Mac device. So it's gonna say a specific answer for that. So basically it's a visual structure. When I say visual, is like so if they are going in the bathroom, they should have like a first, second, third, fourth in visual or flash something. But it should in a channel like 1, 2, 3, 4. What I need to know that structure it should be. That's a kind of like a, in general example for, but TEACH approach is first of all is completely like a big approach that everyone to learn about this. But in general, is like you have to organize everything, and you have to present everything in organized way. So that's how they'll be able to understand that. in terms of like how it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 in order, and like first and next, what's first, what's next, and what's after that, and like top, bottom, left to right. So these the way how we introduce, and everything should be visible, and we have to use a lot of visuals in that, so it's going to be more concrete for that. Also, like I said, they can use other assistive devices. Is more clear because our verbal instruction most of the time they don't understand that approach. That model helps them to organize and structure them. Then like a proper set how it works for each, and that's the model they use. In India also, a lot of schools, if they're still doing that, and only foundation and other, there's a lot of schooling, especially in Gurgaon. So they use that model. One of the famous few that we know about Action for Autism, they have a proper teach setup in their building. So these setup, they have a proper teach setup or teach model there in their building.
Basically, what the teach model is, we have to make the things in a structured way, in a practical uses, right? And whatever the visual cues are there, we have to make the things in the visual perception, so that the autistic children can learn by their visuals, right? You can say the things in the practical in nature, right? Whatever we are supposed to be in our mainstream education, we are supposed to with the pen and paper work, right? What exactly maybe he is saying about to use the things in a practical way, in a structured way. We have to plan the things in the different manner, right? Maybe in the visual forms or in other forms also, right? Any other query do you have, anyone?
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Shivendra sir, for joining us. You gave us so much information regarding various parameters on partial inclusion, mainstreaming of education, unique curriculum for autistic students. You told us the teach model in a very detailed manner, the importance of family involvement, the formal diagnostic and the DCM criteria that must have to be used for the diagnostic of children, the psychological testing you are told about. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us from the very long distance, and I really appreciate that you gave us so much information regarding the our current CRE status, sir. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
I really do appreciate. Thank you for your invite and invitation, and your giving me this opportunity on this platform. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We will invite you soon, sir.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye,
All
bye,
of
sir.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.